Hey guys, Rob. This is gonna be a bit different video. I'm not in the game, but I'm gonna go over kind of like this idea of staying motivated as a team and how you can avoid the whole thing falling apart halfway through the season, which I think a lot of like new teams and like especially teams playing like Open and IM that are where we have new leaders and we're still learning a lot about this whole concept of like leadership and working together that typically teams fail and people get really upset and hopefully this can kind of help you understand how like people work and how we all can like work together as a team better. So the main theory here that I'll go over is the expectancy theory. So this is basically how we think internally and what drives everyone's motivating force. So expectancy is like your effort. This is the belief that if I put in effort and I put in work, this is going to lead to a desired goal. The next one is instrumentality. This is basically like your performance. So if I maintain a certain performance level, will this get me rewards or get me an outcome that I want? And then finally is valence, which is the reward. Is the reward that will come from what we're doing what I want to do and what I want? And the key thing is that each of these are multiplied. So if we like say that, we rate these internally on like a 1 to 10 scale, but maybe someone doesn't like the goal that your team is working towards. So they say, what I'm working towards with this team, really, I don't care what the outcome is at all. So their valence is 0. That means their motivating force is 0. And they have no intent they have no drive to do better, to get better, and to work with the team, right? If any of these are 0 for you, this is when you stop liking Counter-Strike. This is when you want to quit. This is when you lose that internal motivating force to keep getting better. And I'm going to go through how we can kind of like avoid hitting these points and making one of these different levels 0. The first thing is we want to make sure everyone's goals are aligned. So, if one player is not on the same page as everyone else, maybe one player wants to make IM, everyone else wants to have fun in Open and just mess around, meme, maybe we make playoffs, maybe we don't, who cares? But one guy's sitting here and he's like, I really want to grind for IM, then everyone else's valence is everyone has a different goal than he does, and that's going to cause a lot of arguments, and that's going to make everyone in the team not or it's going to make him not enjoy playing with the team, which is then going to throw off the entire team. And this isn't something that means that we need to drop that one player. It's more that one player needs to communicate to everyone else what he wants to do, and that those other players, if they want to keep playing with him, need to step up and understand what his goals are, and maybe we need to adjust what the team is doing. And I think this kind of a talk needs to be made at the beginning of a season. So like the time that we're at right now, we're in between seasons. You didn't make playoffs last year, we want to make playoffs this year. We need to talk and understand what our goals are, what everyone wants to do, and to make sure that these are all on the same page, that we all understand what each other's goals are individually, so that as a team we can come together and work to hit all of those, as opposed to having one person not being happy and then we cause arguments. The next thing is, which this kind of leads into, is having a superstar, someone that is from maybe a buddy of yours. He played in IM and now he's coming down, he's gonna like play in your Open team with you, but he's just there to play for fun, right? Everyone else's goal maybe is to make IM, but his goal is just to mess around in Open, have fun, click heads, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go frag out. Turns out some Open teams are better, so maybe he's going to start getting frustrated. Maybe everyone else is going to get frustrated because he doesn't put in the time as everyone else wants to. And then this is going to end up causing this like miscommunication between everyone. And early on, this normally actually feels like these kind of teams will feel pretty good, right? We'll be fragging, everyone's going to be having fun. But the second that we start hitting teams where we're struggling. We're not winning the games. We're, not finding our way through the rounds. And we need to start hitting the point where to get better and to win these games, we have to work together more. We're going to start to see all these issues within the team start to like rise up and be a problem. And so this is why, once again, having everyone's goals on the same page and keeping the team goal together should be one of our most critical things at the beginning of the season. The next thing is conducting a team meeting. So this, I think, is something that a lot of teams maybe struggle with. I think a lot of times, like, I'll see teams lose a game and just everyone gets off. I think it's really important for, whether we win or lose, to talk about the game, to have these team meetings, to say what went right, what went wrong, and to give everyone a chance to speak on the topic. It shouldn't just be, one person saying a bunch of things and then signing off and leaving, right? It should be a conversation, and there should be the opportunity for every single person on the team to voice an input if they have one. Some people may not have one. They might just go, we lost, sucks, whatever, we move on, right? Some people are like that. But that we don't want to go half a season with one player being upset that, like, the guy that plays with him on B site is, swinging when he doesn't want him to swing. And that's making us lose the B-bomb site on Inferno, like, all the time. And if we just sit around and we stew on this and we don't communicate it to our teammates, that's going to mean that, like, we're just going to keep losing on Inferno, and we're going to keep losing the B site, and everyone's going to be upset. But if we can make this time as a leader to, have everyone have this conversation, and this is, like, not just a conversation of, like, hey, I think we should try this, I think we should do this. This should be, like, if you hate how one of your teammates is playing, you should tell them that in this time, right? And this shouldn't be done over DMs or messages. I think a lot of times we got, like, the DMs behind each other's backs or, like, to each other, right? And it's all toxic and stuff. That's like a totally different modem of, like, communication, right? You have no idea what, the inflection in their voice, what it sounds like. You're just getting, like, these texts on a screen, and, it sucks if you're getting ripped in that, like, moment. But if it's a conversation with a team where everyone's just trying to make each other better and we're in Discord talking, or if you can in real life, it's even better, right? If you're all friends, you all live near each other, get together, hang out, cook some burgers or something, have a beer, and figure it out. And this should take, like, quite a bit of time, I think. I think a solid team meeting for a Counter-Strike team should be, like, 30 minutes, because there's a lot going on and around and in, like, different maps and stuff that we need to figure out together. The last thing is just staying positive during this whole thing. Like I've been saying, is that it shouldn't be that we're trying to deteriorate our teammates, right? Everyone should understand they're on the team and that we should be working together to make everyone better. And as a leader, you need to, like, understand what could be changed now, like things that are easy, right? Things like someone's missing a flash, someone's missing a smoke, someone's swinging at the wrong time, and it doesn't make any sense, right? Those are easy things. But stuff like a player's style or their communication style or, like, those kinds of things are going to take a long time, that we need to, like, chip away at those slowly, as opposed to just saying, hey, you suck at communication, right? You don't calm this. Why don't you calm this, right? That is not as good of a thing as telling them, hey, when they do this, how about you, like, you need to, like, speak up and say that, right? If they're the Arch player on Inferno and they, like, smoke you off Arch, you got to say, hey, they smoked me off Arch. That's one little thing. Maybe on another map it's a different little thing. And that slowly over time, that player's going to get better. But we can't just, like, throw out all, like, 10 things they need to do differently, right? And that's with your wording to each other and working at it together over a long period of time. And to maintain this positive environment is hard. It's going to take a lot of work, but in the long run, it's going to pay off for your team. And that, when we're playing team Counter-Strike in these leagues, we can't, drop this whole idea where it's just about me. It's about the whole team. And that if we want to get better, we want to improve into these higher leagues. Sure, we could get, like, 5 guys that are just nuts at fragging, and we could go, like, shoot our way to main. That's totally possible. But that, if we want to enjoy the game and enjoy what we're doing and, build a team and grind together, that's going to, in the long run, be a lot more fun, and we're going to have a more enjoyable experience playing the video game and stay motivated throughout the whole time. So hopefully that kind of helps you guys understand like how I work with the team and how I build the team and what I look for in my players to make sure that we are going to improve together over a season, and ideally more than one season, right? That should be our goal, is that we're grinding over like multiple seasons, and getting better together as opposed to just, yelling and fighting and arguing the whole time. So yeah,